Good morning, Ross Matthew Gates, Pride Inclusion Advocate and Mental Health Advocate. So I've just picked up on the interview, which was with the Right Honourable Johnny Mercer and GMTV, all around obviously what happened with that PCSO and the general consensus of opinion of the police in the UK. Now, I'm going to probably make myself even more unfashionable and unpopular now, but I actually agree with a lot with what the Right Honourable Gentleman's saying. And I'm going to home in particular on the Metropolitan Police, who I've got to work, and my ally to. So I think we need, to remember whatever happened, whatever's going on. And I'm not decrying, and I'm not closing my eyes about what's happened here historically with the police. There's some terrible things. I'm not going to name things everybody knows. It's clearly, historically in terms of, around racism, misogyny towards women, the LGBT community. But what we do have to look at, since the new senior management team has come in, see we've got Sir Mark Rowley, Damien Owens and all of their, all the other senior managers. They are trying to implement change, radical change and progressive change, and we can see already, there's positive offshoots coming of this. If you look at the LGBT community, they're enhancing and trying to build relationships back with the LGBT community. And I think actually what they're doing is great because, and once again, I'm going to go unpopular here, obviously installing these new officers, these inclusive officers in the community to obviously, try and build up relations again and, overcome any stigma and fear of actually, being able to reach out to the police, I think is really good. For me personally, if I, and I've had to do this, if I ever come away from a situation where I don't think I've been heard or listened to or been accepted for the person I am, I actually would go back at an organisation, a person in an articulate and robust manner. But that's just me. I know not everybody's like that. But what I will say, about the Met in particular, it's clearly documented. When we look at this mental health situation, Sir Mark Rowley, and I know this is a very complex situation, and obviously I'm an ex-mental health worker, and I've worked for the Royal College of Psychiatry, so I had the privilege to do that, and I've worked in acute mental health as well. The Met Police are not mental health practitioners. But you don't hear any of them moaning about the extra tasks they have to do. 10,000 hours a month are basically assigned to dealing with mental health issues with the police. Sorry, I stuttered a bit there. Is this a fair playing field? And I can see why Sir Mark, has said end of September that the police are going to pull away from dealing with mental health calls, but not obviously not going to leave people in the lurch. But we need to have a look at all these sort of things because we're criticising an organisation which is basically doing the jobs of other people. How can we be critical about an organisation and its personnel when they're actually going well above their job descriptions? And I just want to say finally, I think we need to remember, and this is going from me, obviously I've been on a ride along with a unit in North London, and I saw up hand what you have to encompass as a police officer on the streets of London. Dealing with gang violence, once again, lots of mental health calls. It takes a special kind of person to be a police person. I think we need to remember that. And I don't think these people are given enough credit. I'll just say again, I'm not negating what's occurred. I'm very clear about what's happened. But, I think we need to give credit where credit's due. And we can clearly see that this organisation is attempting to change. Thank you very much, Ross Matthew Gates.